even if we didn't get tax cuts, even if we didn't get a wall, which we're going to, and Mexico is going to pay for it, even if we didn't fix chain migration, visa lotteries, even if we didn't fix any of the things, foreign wars, corporate interests in politics, even if we didn't fix any of that, the vote for Trump that I cast in 2016 will always be worth it. Why? Because Donald Trump, we always hear every election cycle, this is the most important election cycle in our generation. And it's usually BS. It's usually not true. They're just trying to whip up people into, a fervor so they'll go out and vote and elect the person that they want to elect. But it is very true with Donald Trump. It's very true with Donald Trump because Trump has already been able to replace one Supreme Court justice. If Hillary had been elected, we would have had a liberal in that seat because Scalia died suspiciously, just out of nowhere, just died. But that's a totally different subject, and I would never insinuate that Hillary Clinton or somebody else killed him. I would not do that, but some people probably would, and maybe I don't know, maybe that should be looked into. But Hillary Clinton would have replaced him with a liberal activist judge. Any Democrat would have. But Donald Trump was able to replace him with Neil Gorsuch, who is also a conservative, a constitutionalist. And you can tell how important that is because look at the vote on the travel ban that recently went through the Supreme Court. It was 5-4 in favor of the president's unfettered authority to control immigration. Very, very lucky we had Neil Gorsuch in there because it was 5-4. It was very narrow. We have 4 judges on the Supreme Court right now that cannot, just do a simple reading of the Constitution, or they can and they're willing to lie about it. So, because of Donald Trump, we are able to secure that 5th vote. Well, now that Justice Kennedy is retiring, it will not be 5-4, it'll be 6-3. And it's very likely that Donald Trump will be able to replace another one, maybe by the end of this term, maybe by the end of his second term, but there will be another one, I would say, that will be up for replacement, for retirement, before Donald Trump is out of office. This is very, very important because it will shape the Supreme Court for a generation. It will shape our political landscape for an entire generation. I mean, it's monumental. We're getting into the territory where we can, radically reform our government. It's possible that with a stacked Supreme Court, we could overturn Roe versus Wade. Who knows what could be done? But we are very, very safe as long as we stay within the realm of what is good, what is right. We are very, very safe in being able to reform the government and stop this stonewalling that's happening whenever we try to do something good, something conservative, something right. And the fact that Trump could do this, part of the reason we got screwed over so hard for so long is that the Supreme Court was stacked by FDR. He was able to stack the Supreme Court in his favor, or in favor of his policies. So it was bad for a long time. Well, now it's possible. This is one of the most important things. Even if Trump was just a lame duck, did nothing else, didn't accomplish any of his other things, the fact that he could shape the Supreme Court for an entire generation, maybe longer. Maybe like 70 years or something. And obviously not 70 years because most of those people won't be alive in 70 years, but you understand what I'm saying, just shaping the political landscape for that long. It's a monumental achievement. So people need to realize that. People need to understand how big of a deal it is. Right now we have 5-4 in favor of the Constitution. Could be 6. It will be 6-3. It could be 7-2 in favor of the Constitution. Very, very good. Very, very good outlook there. I'm going to look up a tweet right now that I saw earlier talking about how good it is that, let's see, SCOTUS upholds travel ban. SCOTUS shuts down the California abortion rule. SCOTUS and the second SCOTUS vacancy allows Trump to reshape the Supreme Court for decades. Any vote for Trump cast in 2016 was worth it. Any vote cast for Trump in 2020 is worth it. We need to secure our standing in Congress in order for us to pass the laws we need to pass. This Ryan amnesty deal that's going through, unacceptable. We need a hardline immigration bill passed now. We need funding for the wall passed now. We need to repeal Obamacare in its entirety now. And that can be done. That can be done if we just secure more seats in Congress. I'm not talking about holding on to what we have now. We need to get more seats so that we can radically reshape this government and move it back into the realm of sanity. This is Jake Lloyd reporting for Infowars.com.
Living in Volcano may sound more dramatic than it really is. The real drama can be found here in Leilani Estates. But a lot of us on the Big Island rely on rainwater, and we need to be concerned about ash and acid rain. Volcanic ash may contain heavy metal particles, and acid rain could lower the pH of the water to unhealthy levels. To find out, we employed a series of tests for heavy metals, alkalinity, and pH. What we learned was that there was in fact unhealthy levels of heavy metals and acidity in the rainwater. Next, we tested the water from our Alexa Pure gravity filter. And not only were the heavy metal levels within safe measure, but the pH was also restored to optimal levels. As it turns out, the filter on the Alexa Pure raises the pH of the water. So what we've learned is that volcanic ash and acid rain can contaminate a rainwater supply. But more importantly, a good water filtration system will purify it.